Hey guys, so normally I do send you YouTube videos. I think this is a little more appropriate for me to just send you a video that I'm doing myself because it's the worksheet that I've created for you and I think it just makes more sense. So let's just kind of jump into this. I want to be kind of direct. I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to lose you. I want to tell you exactly what you need. Okay, so please follow me. I'm not gonna rush, but I don't want to talk too much. Okay, so first thing we need, zeros. Okay, we're gonna sketch this. Look at the form that they give this to you in. Really nice form. Okay, it's already factored. If it's factored, then it's kind of easy to see what the zeros are. Remember, if x plus 5 es un factor, ¿verdad? Significa que x igual a negativo 5 es un cero. Again, x plus 5 is a factor. That means that x equals negative 5 is a 0. Likewise, x más 1 es un factor. Significa que x igual a negativo 1 es un 0. Again, x minus 2 is a factor, so x equals positive 2 is a 0. Remember, you just kind of switch the sign, okay? So look, I put my zeros just like that. Label them. You will need to do it just like this, okay? Label your zeros. Now, on the graph here, I want you to notice something. On the graph, I made my scale on the x-axis. I kind of made it just going up by 1, okay? It goes up by 1. Like 1, 2, 3. You see that? By ones. My y-axis, I scaled it differently, and I'm going to explain why in a little bit. Okay, I'll explain why I made my y-axis kind of scaled differently. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you're going to need to copy the table of values, okay, from the calculator. So why do we need to do that? Because we need a lot of points, guys. You can't just do this with a couple of points. We're gonna need minimum like maybe 15 points. Okay, it's not too bad. You'll see why we need the points. Okay, the points are gonna help us to really make a nice kind of really sketch it out nicely. Okay, so here we go. How do we get these points? Well, we need to graph. So put the function in the calculator. By the way, you see how I have 1/2 in parentheses, right? Because 1/2 is a fraction. So you should always put a fraction as parentheses, okay? You could have also put 0.5, but I put 1/2, okay? Copy everything exactly. Now, if you have it just regular, meaning the window just how it is normally, right? Look at what happens when you graph it. It's kind of ugly. Ugly in the sense of this, that we're kind of cutting things off. It looks a little squished, right? I want to make it have space. Remember, I told you polynomials are big. They need space to grow. So we're going to fix our window. Firstly, the reason why in the table I have -7. Okay, why can't I move this? -7 over here, okay? And I have 4 here. I'm going to tell you why. You see how my last zero is -5, right? Really, you only really need at least 2 points to the left of the last zero. Okay, I'm going to say that again. 2 points to the left of the last zero. That is sufficient. Same thing on this side. If you find the last zero on the right, you really only need 2 points. That's good enough for me. So that's why I made my table like this, from -7 up until 4. Okay, so where did I get those values? Again, look over here. I have the function. Go to the table. Go to the table. Now, I'm going from -7. I'm going from -7 to 4. Just copy the values, okay? Not too hard. Just copy the values. Now, what do I want to do now? I don't even know what I want to do now. Yes, I do. So I am going to look at the graph again, one more time. Again, the graph is a little ugly. So what do I need to do? Fix the window. Okay. So what am I going to do? I am going to adjust my window to the values that I'm going to be plotting. Meaning if I'm going to plot from -7 to 4, then shouldn't I make my x minimum -7, right? And shouldn't I make my x maximum 4? The y minimum and max, I told you guys we need to play with this. We need to fix it. So I'm going to try -50 and I'm going to try 50. Notice that when you look at, if you look at your y values, right, they kind of give you a rough idea of like what should you make the minimum and maximum. Here my y minimum is -54, and then if I look at the biggest y value here, it's 45. So actually this is pretty good. Like this is appropriate to go from -50 to 50. Okay, so now let's take a look at the graph. Beautiful. Looks nice. It looks, you see how before it was all squished up? It has space now. Okay, it has space. So what are we going to do? We're going to plot. So let's plot right now. we're gonna go, I'm gonna plot all these points here, okay? So the first one I kind of already did, -7, -54. By the way, look at my scale. I decided that since I wanna go to -50 and 50, I'm gonna go up by 5. You can pick whatever scale you want. You could have went up by 6, by 7, by 8, by 9, by 10s. I don't care. As long as you pick a consistent scale, okay? I picked going up by 5s because I had room, okay? So I already plotted that one. Let's plot the next one together. -6, 20. Sorry, -6, -20, which should be, I believe, right there. Let me not set a bad example and let me use pencil because you guys should be using pencil, okay? So we're, let's see, -6, oh, it's right here. There we go, -6, -20. The next point, -5, 0. I already have that there. Remember, you had that from the beginning, one of the zeros, okay? Now, I want you to notice something, okay? Look at the graph here. Between this 0 and between this 0, there's a nice hill. You guys should know that this is called a relative what? Remember, guys? If it goes from increasing to decreasing, it is a relative maxima, okay? So we're going to get at that in a little bit. I just want to preview. There's also a relative minima, which we need, okay? So I got to teach you how to get that in a little bit. By the way, what are we doing now? We're still plotting the points, okay? So -5, 0 I already have. -4, -9, -4, 9, sorry. Doesn't have to be exact, okay, guys? Just kind of make it look decent, okay? So, oops, sorry about that. So -4, -9 is there. -3, 10 is right here, okay? Then -2, what's that? -2, -2, 6, sorry. Right there. ¿Qué más? -1, 0. I already have that. 0, -5. Ah, okay. Guys, very important here. 0, -5 is actually what important point? It is called the y-intercept. Remember, if the x value is 0, then this gives you the y value. So again, look at it from the table. Okay, go to table. 0, -5. So that is the y-intercept, and you must label it, okay? Please label the y-intercept. 0, -5. So I'm going to plot that. 0, -5. I'm going to plot that right there, okay? This is going to come out really nice. I hope so. Again, we still have some more points. Sorry, let me move the camera. 0, -5. 1, -6, which would be 1. -6 should be somewhere like there, you know? Remember, pick your scale so that everything kind of works out nice. 2, 0. Oh, we're back up. It goes like that. So 2, 0, we're there. 3, 16. 3, a little above 15. Okay. ¿Qué más? 4, 45. Last point. We don't need too many of these guys. Okay. Suficiente. We have a lot of points. And look, we're going to kind of follow this like this. Like that, right? So, again, the only thing that we need to do now is we're going to connect them, right? So we're going to connect them. And then we will continue. So I'm going to put it on pause. I'm going to connect it. And I will continue recording right after.